Hey guys.
Chris, you have so many of these belts. I mean, where does this one rank? This victory, this moment, where does it rank among all your other championship wins?
Do you know one thing? When I came in, I hear about gonna fight at the Forum. I say, you know, it's got amazing. I lost my belt here. I gone back here and the fight. I got a title. And I work really hard for this fight. Almost I always work hard, and I feel really happy to have the opportunity and make the history. You know, this is gonna be cool. Only fight against the fourth title. It's just means we never quit. Doesn't matter how hard in our career. I have a lot of downs, good times in my career, but I don't quit. You know, I make me strong, and this I like to show my fans. So don't quit, make me strong, and it's hard. It's hard every time. I broke my nose 2 weeks before this fight.
Oh wow!
And we keep training. I use my mask, the Power Ranger mask, and keep training, and here I am. You know, this is fighter life.
How does this win motivate you in your future endeavors in Bellator?
You know, I'm really happy to work Bellator. You know, this is my new home, new era, and I don't have any problem around. The boss want to work with the fighters, don't have any problem. I'm just very thankful to be here to work with Bellator.
Chris, you mentioned being back in the Forum. I wonder, like you pulled up to the arena today, as you're walking through the halls. I mean, were there any feelings and like flashbacks to the night you lost your title? What was it like?
You know, when I lost that title, I get out the cage. I don't feel sad. I'm speaking real. I feel like something get out my back, and I walk over there, and I did interview. I know all the wall has the right things, and I remember every single part. And then I did the interview. I was not sad. I feel like everything happened reason. If I don't lost that belt that day, I was not here now, champion Bellator. And here I'm happy. That I was not happy. I was working. I feel as a slave. And then I was not happy, and here I'm happy. It's something I choose to be.
Chris, do you think the greatest part of this is you're 11 years between championships? You won in 09, now you win a championship in 20. Your longevity, do you think that's one of the greatest aspects of what you've done in your career?
I think every fight I try getting better. Like this fight I can show a little bit. Everybody thinks, she don't have ground, and then no, I think you learn it every time. I think it makes the difference. Even champion a long time, I always have been humble to go to the gym and learn and respect my team.
Chris, how does it feel to be the greatest female MMA fighter ever?
You know, I never say this, you know, I feel like my fans have to say this. I feel just happy to be the fourth title in my career. It's a lot of discipline, a lot of good people around me, and thankful for my team, and God be bless me.
Chris, parabéns pela sua vitória. O que significa para você de lutar no Los Angeles? Você vestindo as cores da Lakers?
Eu acredito que o Lakers fez muita história aqui, né, de forma. I think it's just a respect for all the athletes be here and make amazing opportunities for everyone, and I just be thankful.
Chris, she was giving you a really tough fight. What advice were you getting in the corner from your team?
You know, I was ready for 10 rounds. You know, every time I get it second round, she's getting more tired. She's getting more tired. In the cage, I know the plan, she's hugging me for taking out, but I was hugging her and she's tired. She's getting tired. I just have to be patient. You know, something I always don't have. Everybody knows. And my team is working very good for me, the patient. And I know I have the weapon for finish the fight, like strike or ground. Just have to be patient. I think it's different, this fight.
What's the most important thing you learned from South Africa and your new team?
I know, then have a dream. Like when I start training there, I look every eyes there, the guys training, then younger than me, and then still have a dream inside their eyes. And when I get out for fight Felicia and I train there, I give the dream in my heart too. It start to make my eyes shine. And then this is I'm very thankful. You know, them giving me the shine in my eyes again for be a fighter and continue doing my job.
Chris, everyone talked about how, you know, Julia Budd might be the biggest competition for you for a long time at featherweight because she was also so dominant. In terms of being in the cage with her, was she as good as you expected and as dangerous as you prepared for?
You know, I trained always hard for my fights. I knew she's 80 years champion, undefeated, and she lost 4 big names. You know, I knew I was going to step in one good champion. You know, I respect her because of this. I work really hard.
Which Laker jersey do you have?
33.
Hey Chris, when you talk about that mindset coming out in the 4th round, why was that the time to kind of go exert your, no longer be patient, exert your aggressiveness and kind of put her out?
Find the opportunity. You know, sometimes I go too angry, too easy, I go to the honey too fast. You know, I think I'm starting learning a little bit more. I always have the same game, but I'm getting better every time. But I think patient, I can be more time in the cage. You know,
Yeah,
I think it gives you the experience.
Yeah, Chris, you know, you said that you would like to do a featherweight Grand Prix. I have two questions. One, would you want to defend your championship all the way through Grand Prix if it does happen? And is there any certain person that you're looking out to maybe face some time down the line during that Grand Prix?
You know, I came from shooter box and then everyone there doing Grand Prix in Japan. And then Scott, nice to work with him because he can work on other promotion. And this is one dream I have. You know, this is, I don't know if it's gonna happen. I just say it's Grand Prix, but now because I signed a deal with Bellator, I can able to do boxing. I can do pro wrestling. You know, and now I just have to wait, see what my manager and the Scott Coker have a plan for me. I just continue training and wait for the next opportunity.
Chris, what can you tell us about your new team, Richie Kwan and everybody?
What?
What can you tell me about your new coach?
You know, I went to South Africa for doing missionary work. I put the water wells over there. And then I bring Dom Edge for helping me two fights in the UFC. And he told me, Chris, you need to come to my team. And I have the opportunity back to Africa and I train in South Africa with Rich Kwan. And I stayed there I think 6 months last year. And back and forth, my second home. And third home now because Brazil and America and there. But you know, it's an amazing team. I learned a lot, and I like to be there because folks, I just train, then fight everybody, and just focus for my fight.
Cecilia Breakhouse next?
Zingano was in attendance today. Is that a possible fight for you in the future? You think you and Kat Zingano?
Of course. I never choose my opponent. If she's ready for fight 155, I will. Just wait to Scott tell me, Chris, when you're gonna be next time. I'm ready.
Chris, you talked about 2020.
But what would you say was the most difficult part of the fight?
This fight?
Yes.
I think be patient. Be patient, you know, take care, don't do mistakes. You know, this fight is special. I want to be back, be champion. But the one thing is do what to do in the gym. If I do it at the gym, I knew I was going to get the victory. You know, and then just be patient.
Chris, you talked about 2020 as a year where you open up eyes. People will look at you again. Do you think you did that with your performance? And what do you have to do the rest of the year for them to look at you the way you want them to look at you?
You know, one thing, I never did something for prove anything in my career. You know, I just do my thing, and I just go over there to do something I love to do. And I just let my fans think, you know, let it do my performance, my faith. I have a show then, change them, you know, put some seed in hearts, and that's it. I just love to do what I do, and then I think this is make them happy.
Do you feel like now you have a lot of options? I mean, this opens up all sorts of possibilities for you.
Yes, I feel happy, I feel motivated. I think 2020 it's a new year for me, and being Bellator, I'm really happy.
Chris, which belt do you like the most out of all the ones you have?
You know, for me, I would say I love having the belt, but for me, belt is only a symbol. You know, for me, I know I have 4 there, but first thing could be the people lives champion. You know, I like to make difference to people because okay, I hold this title today, maybe tomorrow I'm not gonna hold. Like the UFC, all other ones I don't hold, and then. When holding the title, sometimes I'm not gonna have the title, but if I do something nice to the people, bless on others, I'm gonna be in their lives forever, and they're gonna be the champion there forever. This is the main thing for me. But I hold the belt as a symbol. It's nice. People love, and I love too. I like defending, and for me, it means like just a symbol.
Chris, where do you rank the win amongst all like your other wins?
Huh?
Where do you rank this win compared to all your other wins?
I think every belt is something special for me. You know, first one Strike Force is the featherweight division. Scott Coker made 145 pounds. Invicta, I was coming from a hard time in my career, and everybody saying, oh, she need to prove something, and they come in and fight for the Invicta belt. And UFC, we make the difference, we make history. Now I have my division there. They never want to have me there. You know, my fans put me there. I cut weight 2 times 4-on-4. I almost killed myself, but I go over there. He make this history. We put the weight there. Now I have there. And then now the Bellator make difference too. But here I'm welcome. You know, and I feel home. I feel home.
Just a couple more guys. Chris, Se você pode escolher, você lutar de novo no Los Angeles?
Okay?
Você lutar de novo no Los Angeles? Se você pode escolher?
Se eu posso lutar de novo, I just have to wait where Scott wanna put me fight with my manager. Gonna be for sure. Here close to my house, I live in Hampton Beach.
Chris, when you first started MMA, did you ever dream you would have 4 championships from the biggest organizations and you would be such an amazing fighter and champion?
No, I was never thinking this was gonna happen. When I was start, I have a dream. I want to do my best. I want to be best. One thing I have in my heart, I want to prove the girls can fight like the guys. We can be violent, we can be technical. You can make the people like you or watch your fights. This is the first battle I have in my heart when I start fighting. But I don't have a dream to be a fighter. Someone saw me, Cris, you can be a great fighter. Here I am. He find me. And I'm just thankful, I feel blessed to have the opportunity to hold 4 titles.
Are you going to have that moment when you get home where you lay out all 4 belts to kind of take it all in?
Yeah, we're gonna take picture. I here have in my hotel now. I have the 3 other ones.
They're really heavy. I had to carry them up the stairs with my bad leg.
Heavy belts.
Chris, I know Scott has said your contract is heavily incentivized. Did you, in the back of your mind, have that bonus in your head saying, I got to knock her out?
I think I was never fight for money. I think money for me always consequence. And it's the same thing. I fought Julia Budd, but I was not put my mind I was gonna fight for the belt. Same when I was a champion. I was never thinking, okay, I need to defend my title. I just have to do my best there and to fight something I like to do. Like, this is no number 1 for me. It's nice, but it's a number 1 for me.
2 more.
I got one over here. Chris, you said before the fight that if you won this belt, it wasn't yours, that you were going to be giving it to somebody very special in South Africa.
Yes, this belt is not mine. This belt for Ryan. He's a little kid I met in South Africa. He's had cancer and he's the real champion. He's fighter the battle. Today he's gonna make video for me because he did the chemo. He's very sick. And the thing I will wear in the weigh-ins in my hand and then wear here before the fight, he's gave to me. And then he told me, Chris, I want to see your belt and come here. And for me, the first thing, this belt I'm gonna bring to him. He's a real champion and I saw him every day in the camp, and I learned a lot of things. And being South Africa is amazing because we complain about a lot of things, and then we see a lot of things over there. And then of another place too, you cannot complain. You have to be thankful for everything.
What kind of turnaround do you think you're going to do, Chris? Do you think you're going to take some time off to go back to South Africa, or do some charity work, or do you want to get back in the cage as soon as possible?
I always training. I'm gonna keep training in California for sure. I have my show, Cyborg Nation event. We're doing a Grand Prix there, heavyweights, and then the champion gonna fight in Bellator. And it's gonna be the 7th event we're doing in Brazil. And probably I have to be there for help my brother promoter and to keep training and to wait to see what's the opportunity and see what Scott is gonna talk to my manager, Audi, see what's gonna be next.
Thank you, champ.
Thank you guys.
Thank you.
Hey, I'm not surprised, motherfuckers.
Shocked if this fight went the distance.
Unknown MMA. Everything you don't know about MMA.